Hey guys, it's Peyton and today I'm going to be starting off another reading vlog, and I'm going to preface this by saying my dog is snoring in the background and I can't seem to get her to stop. So I wanted this reading vlog to be like a pre-reading rush moment because I am going to be daily vlogging the reading rush, and Macy, can you I'm about to try to wake her up a little bit because she's snoring. I don't think that's gonna work. But it is currently, I don't know where my phone is. It's like 3 in the morning right now, so it's probably either July 18th or July 19th. I literally don't know time anymore. But I wanted to specifically read Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Barron before the reading rush started. But I also really want to read The Betrothed by Kira Cass because I have the audiobook from my library downloaded and it's expiring in a few days, and it'd be nice to just read it. So I listened to some of it today. I really wanted to do a vlog for The Betrothed because I just recently vlogged me rereading the Selection trilogy again, and that was so much fun. And this is Kira Cass's new book, and I've heard honestly terrible things. So I'm really nervous to see what I'm gonna think about it since everybody seems to freaking hate it. But I want to give it a go, and I thought the audiobook would be a good way to do it, just help me power through it. And I'm really into audiobooks right now. I'm just vibing with that currently. So far I'm chapter 4. I'm 40. Macy, chill. I'm 44 pages into it and I have no thoughts so far. This is probably gonna be a Betrothed vlog, and yet I have no thoughts on it so far because nothing has really happened. I guess I'll explain what it's about a little bit. Macy, can you shut up? It's about this girl. Her name is Hollis, and there's this king named King Jameson. Can't even say his name right, and he's kind of looking for a wife, I guess, and she's kind of expected to be the wife or the queen because he's kind of courting her right now, but he's done that with several people and he's kind of into her right now, and she's like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be the queen? I don't really know where the plot is about to go. She's starting to realize, I think, that she might not be cut out for being a royal, and she might not actually want to be with King Jameson. And then this other king from a different place visits, and it seems like some stranger comes with him from that country, and it looks like he mysteriously finds a way into her heart and she's conflicted. So I don't even know. We're just gonna see. I'm hoping for a trashy romance moment and that it's fun and enjoyable, and I'm not expecting it to be absolutely amazing. I'm just hoping that it's going to be a fun ride for me to jump into. But currently, physically, I'm reading Cinderella is Dead. I started off only 25 pages in today. Now I'm halfway through it. So I'm on page 184, and 200 pages is about halfway through this book. So I'm gonna at least get to page 200 tonight. It is super late, so I probably should sleep soon so I can, be able to wake up tomorrow at a decent time, but probably not. But I'm actually super into this book. Once I actually I got past page 25 and started getting into what is going on with this book, I was into it, and the words are such it's a big font, so I'm just flying through it and it feels so good. Obviously it's about a black teenage girl. It's a fantasy book, and obviously Cinderella is Dead, that's a freaking eye-catching title, and it's about this world 200 years after the fairy tale of Cinderella, and the kingdom is holding on to the story of Cinderella. Everybody must recite the book of Cinderella's story for some reason. You need to know it. The king is really gross, and every year there's a ball where a bunch of the girls by a certain age are forced to attend, and men can buy them as their wives, and that's gross. But also, if they don't get chosen by a man, they either die or work as a servant or something. Their life is horrible. Pretty much either way it goes. So if you can't tell, this book is heavily misogynistic. There's crazy stuff happening right now, so definitely warning for that because there's a lot of gross men saying things, but the main character challenges it a lot, and she's just so disturbed by the world she's living in. She does not want to go to the ball. Like, she's about to go to her first ever ball. Another thing about her, the main character Sophia, she's in love with her best friend Aaron. They have been in a secret relationship, and in this world, freaking being like queer or anything like that is just like unheard of. Like, people don't talk about it, and literally everybody is just like, okay, woman must marry man at the ball. Like, like that's how this world is, and they feel doomed, and like they have to hide themselves, and Sophia wants to run away but Aaron doesn't, and Sophia ends up coming across another girl named Constance who might know some secrets about what actually happened to Cinderella and the true story behind the fairy tale. And I'm super into it so far. I will say it's been a little bit weird, like the world building, because I'm just like, why are these people so obsessed with Cinderella and her story? Like, I didn't really get why, but as I read more, I think it's like making a little bit more sense, because it seems like Cinderella's story has a lot more to it than what it seems like in the beginning of this book. So I don't know, I'm just gonna keep reading. I already have like a lot of tabs so far. There's a lot of good quotes about just like being yourself, loving who you want to love, and just everything. So I'm really liking that so far, and the relationship thing that's building up a little bit, I'm kind of thinking it's cute. Like, nothing has happened yet, but like, that girl is hot. I am hopefully going to finish these books before the 20th, before the reading rush hits. Follow me along on my journey reading probably a trash book and then an amazing book. But I'm hoping I still enjoy this book. We're gonna see though. I'll keep listening to the audiobook and keep you updated. It's a very short book, so I'm sure I can finish it rather quickly. And honestly, I'll probably have this book done by tomorrow, by the way that I'm so into it right now. I want to go read it right now. Like, literally, I'm about to go read it right now, even though I need to go to sleep. But whatever, I'll talk later. I'm back again. It's the next day, and technically it's not, since I started the vlog like past midnight, but who cares? It's July 18th. It's Saturday, so we pretty much have tomorrow, and then boom, the reading rush is gonna start. So I need to finish these books like pronto. I am reading Cinderella is Dead, and last night I stayed up till like 4 something. I could not stop reading this book. I'm on page 247. I have like 130-ish pages probably left. I literally just could not stop reading this book. This is one of those books that I kept going like, just one more chapter, just one more chapter, and I literally couldn't stop. Part of it is because the chapters are really short, so I kept convincing myself that it was okay if I kept reading some more. It's certainly a book that is predictable. Like, I have kind of guessed a lot of the things that are going to happen, but for some reason I'm still entertained even though I keep guessing what's going to happen. There's only been one thing that has shocked me. So actually, I think two things have shocked me so far. The majority I've like kind of figured out myself like before it got revealed, but for some reason I'm still enjoying the book. Like, I'm still here for the ride even if I can kind of figure it out. Sometimes when a book is predictable, it's kind of hard to like still be into it, but for some reason I'm just like here for this book. It's super enjoyable. I have so many tabs so far, so many green tabs specifically, which is like quotes, like favorite quotes. There's so many great lines in here that are just powerful about women and sexuality and just like being who you are and not who other people are telling you to be. Like, I just really appreciate all of these great lines. What is going on outside? Sounds like thunder, but I think it's an airplane. Oh my god, I'm so freaking stupid. If it hadn't been so late last night, I think I probably would have just finished this. Ow! I would have probably finished the whole book because I'm just that into it. I even woke up super excited to read. It is only 1:30 in the afternoon, so I have plenty of time to read today, and I'm probably just gonna finish the whole thing. And let's be real, The Betrothed is taking the back burner until I finish Cinderella is Dead because it's just so freaking good right now. I was just listening to a little bit of The Betrothed as I was like chilling this morning, still in chapter 5. nothing's really happening yet. We just got to the part where the other kingdom people are visiting, so, and that's gonna be someone she falls in love with or something. I don't really know. I guess it's too early on for me to really understand what's happening with this, but it really just seems like some other guy comes along and she was supposed to marry the king and become the queen, but she realizes maybe she doesn't want to be a royal. She wants to marry a stranger who's hot. That's what I'm getting from this book. I'm just hoping it's like a trashy fun ride. We'll see. But right now I'm just vibing with Cinderella is Dead. I don't even know if it's a 5-star read because like, is my character relationships with them like that strong? Because I was just thinking about it, like, they're not really that flawed of characters. They seem like, the main character seems like she always says the right things, like against the misogyny. Like, she just always seems to know the right thing to do. So I'm like, is she really showing her flaws? Or is she just like this perfect character? I don't know. But for some reason, I don't think it's bothering me that much. I'm just straight up enjoying the book. I'm not that critical of a reader. I mostly just read for enjoyment, but I can point out that like, she does seem a little bit like a perfect little character, but that might change. I don't know. I guess she's just so cool. And maybe that just makes me be like, I don't even know. I just think I'm trying to critique it too hard right now, and I don't really want to. I'm just enjoying it. Yeah, just let me enjoy it. I just want to enjoy it right now. And then when I finish the book, we'll see where my altogether thoughts come in, how I feel about the characters and everything. But so far, like, I don't know. I think it's fun. I'm just gonna go read, probably go finish this book right now because I'm just enjoying it so much. Hey guys, I'm back with another update for my reading. I have officially finished Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. I finished this a few hours ago. I really enjoyed this book. I don't know if you can see, but I have... Can my computer shut up? Are you kidding? I have a lot of tabs in this book. I really enjoyed it. Lots of green tabs, like I said earlier. Lots of great quotes that I just thought were powerful and great. And I don't know, by the... Macy, stop snoring. What the frick? By the end of the book, though, I don't think I can give it a full 5 stars. I was really jumping between 4.5 and 5 stars. It's just really difficult. And like, I enjoyed this book so much, so like, it's just really hard to rate a book that you enjoyed like so freaking much. Like, you were so excited to read every single page, but then you kind of reflect on it and I'm like, okay, I don't think it was like the most crazy, like astonishing, well done like plot or villain or anything like that. It was just super entertaining and it had good messages in there. So I think that was the favorite thing about this book for me. And even though I feel like the main character seemed like a little bit too perfect, like she didn't really seem to have any flaws, she always seemed to do everything right, to be honest, I still really enjoyed her because she was likable for me. But just like critiquing a little bit, she's really cool and I don't see any flaws with her. Like, I don't see anything that would like gripe about her. And making a full fleshed out character, like, you gotta think about the flaws, and it can be hard to show those as a writer sometimes. I guess that's just like a little nitpick, but overall, obviously, I really enjoyed it. The romance, I actually wasn't that like into the romance by the end of it. Like, it didn't give me, like, when they kissed, I wasn't like freaking out. And honestly, I think that's just a me thing at this point in my life because I've read so many books at this point and I haven't really been into that many romances lately, and it's kind of sad. I guess when you first start reading and you first find like books you're super excited about and those are the first ships that you get behind, it's hard to like find a new ship that feels really unique and different to the point where you're gonna cry when they kiss or something. But it was still cute. Oh my god, my camera's about to die. It was still cute. It just wasn't like anything that special. I still enjoyed it at the same time. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. It did feel a little bit fast, but at the same time it was a lot better than a lot of other romances I've read that are really fast paced. Overall, I really enjoyed this book, and my camera's about to die, so I need to end this clip. And I am going to be listening to the Betrothed audiobook. I'm like still 50 pages into it, and I'm probably going to listen to it all day tomorrow. It's like 2 in the morning right now, so I probably won't listen to too much of it right now, but oh my god, I gotta end the clip before it dies. Bye. Hey everyone, I'm back with another update. It's actually the next day, maybe like around 8 o'clock at night. I don't know. But I'm not really feeling well, so if I act weird, that's why. Like, I literally feels super weak right now. Bear with me, but I have been listening to the audiobook of The Betrothed today. I'm currently on page 212 and it's like a 307 page book, so I'm super close to the end. So far this book has been pretty lackluster, to be honest. Like, nothing really interesting is happening. There's not much of a plot, and the romance that's developing isn't anything special. I don't really feel chemistry between them at all. I'm a little bit entertained because I guess listening to the audiobook is helping. I feel like if I had read this physically, I would have been reading this book for weeks, even though it's so small, because I feel like I wouldn't have wanted to put the energy into reading it. But the audiobook is certainly probably a better way to go because it's going quick. Like, I'm not having to spend too much time on like the boring scenes. Cast probably just can't live up to the selection, the original 3 books. The romance was so there, and I really enjoyed the characters as well. At least Maxon and America, I really liked them, and because I liked them so much, I was able to forget about like not the best world building and the politics, and I don't know, everything else about the book wasn't that great. It was just super entertaining, and I enjoyed the characters and the romance and the drama, so that's why I liked those books so much. But this one just doesn't really seem to grab my attention in the same way that those did. I'm not particularly liking any of the characters. The main character, there's nothing really special about her or anything striking that is calling out to me to like her. She's just okay, and her best friend is like a terrible friend. Like, I literally don't like her. Ew. And the love interest, I don't really know anything about him. And then the king that she's supposed to be marrying, he's slowly starting to reveal himself as a douchebag. I mean, I'm not shocked. Like, obviously she's ending up trying to like fall in love with this other guy who is not the king, and he's not like all rich and crazy famous or whatever. Nobody is really sticking out to me. The book is slightly entertaining because I don't really know how it's going to end, and I think there's going to be a sequel to this, which I'm like, what is going to happen? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know where the book is going to end up, so that's what's keeping me going right now, because I'm like, what? How is this going to end? And one, how is a sequel going to be set up after this book? I'm really close to finishing it, so I might as well just listen to the last bit of it. Honestly, today is a perfect day for an audiobook because I really don't feel good. I started off with a headache, and then I took some medicine, and I guess I hadn't eaten enough, and the medicine's making me feel, I just don't feel good. So I'm just gonna listen to this in peace and quiet with my eyes closed and see how the book ends. I also want to say, last night, you know, my camera died when I was trying to describe The Cinderella is Dead and my feelings on it, and after they're being so loud downstairs, but honestly, I don't have it in me to wait. Cinderella is Dead was such an enjoyable book. I was so excited to read every chapter. Like, I kept going to myself, oh my god, just one more chapter. So it was such an enjoyable reading experience, but I don't think it was a full 5 stars, and I think the majority of the reason is because the plot ended up being so predictable, and like I've said, it was still super enjoyable even though I kept guessing what was going to happen. But I think that must be taken into account and be acknowledged and maybe take away from my rating a little bit, just because, I don't know, the plot wasn't fully there and the villain wasn't fully there. But overall, it was an enjoyable experience, and I definitely recommend it. It's way better than this book, that's for sure. Oh my god, can they stop being so loud? Oh my god, I'll just keep reading and update you later. Hey everyone. I think I must be the bearer of bad news, because I gave The Betrothed by Cast 1 stars. It's 10 o'clock at night. Just finished it. Can my phone not ding? Okay, I just finished it. I also still don't feel good, so I'm sorry. I also want to say, I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. Who cares? Leave me alone, okay? But this book, honestly, I don't think there was anything I liked about it. The characters didn't stick out to me. I didn't feel anything for them. There was no plot, and I felt no romantic tension between either one of the ships that could have been there. I was intrigued to see how the book would end, and I'm utterly confused by what happened in the end. And there's supposed to be a second book, and I'm like, what are we supposed to look forward to in the second book? And honestly, I'll probably end up reading it. I'm probably not gonna buy it. I'll just read it from the library, because why not, you know? I don't need to own it. But it felt lifeless, very lackluster. It didn't feel like there was any energy to the book. I would say it was insta-love, also just really bad pacing. I feel like if this book was fleshed out and a lot more details were added into the interactions, into the characters, and the world, and the story, like, it could have been something. Honestly, if you had this premise with a different author, it could have been miles better. Is that even a correct saying? Miles better, loads better. I don't freaking know. It would have been better because, I mean, this could have been something. She's betrothed pretty much to a king. Her eye has been caught by some random foreigner dude from a separate kingdom. Those kingdoms are kind of like not the greatest allies or whatever. So it could have been something, but it just wasn't. I gave it 1 star because I was thinking about giving it 2 stars because I just rarely ever give such harsh ratings, but there was nothing I really liked about it, so how could I give it 2 stars, you know? Like, it wasn't the worst book ever written. I honestly feel like if I was younger, like maybe 13 when I read this, maybe I would have liked it more. And I'm just so glad I did the audiobook because I feel like I would have been reading it forever, but since the audiobook like speeds it up and I could have just sat there, like, I wasn't feeling good. I was just laying there listening to this. I didn't hate my life, like, I was fine, but it just ended up not doing anything for me whatsoever. That really sucks. It's such a pretty book. Even the naked cover, you can't see it on camera, but it sparkles. Like, it's so pretty. I at least own it for it to be pretty. And this was actually gifted to me by Abby M. Thank you so much. Like, I'm glad you got it for me because honestly, I would have been really mad if I bought this myself and they gave it 1 star. So thank you for taking one for the team. And I read it and, you know, I needed to read it. Like, I needed to know if Kira Cass had done it again or not. And she didn't. I just don't know if she could ever top the selection. Like the original trilogy. Just the drama and the tension between America and Maxon, like, it's unmatched. And, you know, this is her first book in a long time, so I don't know if she just feels intimidated to ever write anything again. Like, does she feel nervous because of the big fan base and it's just like hard to write now? I think her downfall is she writes such short books, and, you know, if your characters like work immediately, then you're fine, I guess. But if they don't, and like there's just really fast-paced like insta-love and everything, like, it just falls apart and then it just becomes something really forgettable, to be honest. Pretty much I read a really great book and a really poopy book. But I still had a fun time. Like, I'm really glad that I accomplished this goal of reading these 2 books right before the reading rush. The reading rush starts in 2 hours, so I'm gonna edit this vlog so I can get it ready for tomorrow. I'm uploading it on the first day of reading rush. My daily vlogs are going to be delayed by a day, obviously, because I have to have time to film it and then edit it. We're just getting some vlogs 9 days in a row on the Peyton Reach channel. Please appreciate the hard work, please. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. Let me know if you've read these books, if you loved them, hated them, whatever it is. Like, just let me know your thoughts. Like this video, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all my social medias, which are linked down below, and go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked, and goodbye.